All right, everyone, get ready, because today we're diving deep into Uber.
Uber HQ.
Yeah. Well, metaphorically, of course.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking Uber interviews.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking about joining the ride-sharing revolution,
As so many are these days.
we're here to help you absolutely ace that interview.
Doesn't matter what position you're going for either.
Nope. Any position. And the best part, we've got this amazing YouTube video by a professional interview coach.
Oh, this guy's good. He's got all these, insider tips and tricks.
Seriously, tactical advice. Buckle up.
It's not just your typical interview prep, though.
Oh, definitely not.
What's really cool is how he breaks down what Uber is actually looking for beyond just,
Skills on a resume.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what makes someone a good fit for their company culture?
Their DNA. You really get a sense of that.
You do.
And he kicked things off with that classic question.
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, yeah, the one that always feels like just a warm-up.
Right. You think it's easy, but
But it's not.
it's way more strategic.
It's your first impression.
Totally. It's your chance to grab their attention.
So how do we do that?
Well, he talks about weaving in specific keywords
Okay.
that match the job description you're applying for.
So, like, you're speaking their language right from the start.
Exactly. You're hitting all the right notes.
Okay, so let's say I'm applying for a software engineer role. What kind of keywords would I use?
Well, think about what Uber values in their tech team.
Right.
He gave this example where the candidate used words like safety-focused,
Okay, that makes sense.
collaborative, and,
Oh, driven.
yes. But you want to go deeper than that.
Deeper. How?
Think about Uber's recent projects and initiatives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've been putting a ton of resources into self-driving cars, right?
Autonomous driving.
Exactly. So mentioning any experience you have with AI or machine learning,
Oh, that would be huge.
huge. It shows them you're already thinking about the stuff they care about.
You're on the same wavelength.
Yeah. And don't forget about their agile development processes.
Fast-paced.
Super fast-paced. So if you've worked in that kind of environment, highlight that.
It's like tailoring your keywords to what Uber's actually doing.
It is. It's not just about listing skills.
Right.
It's about showing how your experience lines up with what they need.
I love that. And confidence, too, right?
Oh, he's big on that. It's not just what you say.
But how you say it.
Exactly. Projecting that I belong here, energy.
That's powerful.
It can make all the difference.
Okay. First impression nailed.
Nailed it.
But then comes the question that always throws me off.
Which one?
Why do you want to work for Uber?
Oh, yeah, I get that. It feels like there's an obvious answer.
But I always overthink it.
You don't want to sound generic or rehearsed.
Like I just Googled the answer 5 minutes ago.
Right. This is where your Uber research comes in.
Okay, so more than just browsing their website.
Way more. He actually recommends looking beyond the About Us page.
Okay, interesting. Where do we...
Dig into recent news articles.
Okay.
Check out their social media. Even look at their competitors.
To see how they stack up.
Yeah. What are Uber's strengths and weaknesses? What are their future plans?
I see. So you're getting a 360-degree view of the company.
You got it. It shows you're not just interested in a job, you're interested in Uber.
As a company.
Yeah, like you're invested in their role in the world.
Right. You're not just looking for any ride, you're choosing Uber.
Exactly.
I love that.
He gave this great example where the candidate talked about being passionate about Uber's commitment to sustainability
Okay.
and how that aligned with their personal values. It felt so genuine.
Because it went beyond just the surface level.
It did. You could tell they'd really thought about it.
Okay, so I'm seeing a theme here.
What's that?
It's all about depth. Show them you've done your homework.
Mm-hmm.
That you understand what makes Uber tick.
And that you're not just looking for any job. You're looking for this job.
Because you get it.
You get Uber's mission. You're all in.
That's a great place to start.
It is.
So we've talked about nailing that first impression.
With the tell me about yourself.
And then showing them why you're genuinely interested in Uber.
Going beyond the obvious answer.
But interviews aren't all smooth sailing, are they?
Not always. They like to throw in those curveball questions.
The ones that make you sweat a little.
Exactly. How do you handle pressure? How do you solve problems?
So what does our expert have to say about navigating those minefields?
Well, he dives right into a classic.
Yeah.
How would you tackle an ongoing challenge?
Okay, so it's not just about having the right answer.
Nope. It's about showing them your thought process.
How you approach a problem.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's break it down. How do we make this less intimidating?
He gives this really clear framework. For first, you have to really understand the problem.
Okay, so define the problem.
And then break it down into smaller, manageable pieces.
Okay, I like that divide and conquer.
And this is where Uber's collaborative culture comes in.
We're not lone wolves here.
Definitely not. It's all about teamwork.
Okay.
Talk about how you'd collaborate with your colleagues to brainstorm solutions.
Bring everyone to the table.
And this is where things get really interesting. He stresses the importance of adaptability.
Because in the tech world, things change so fast.
All the time. You need to be comfortable pivoting and trying new approaches.
Constantly refining your solutions.
He even mentions A/B testing.
Oh, which is core to Uber's product development.
Right. It shows you're familiar with their methods.
It's like speaking their language.
Exactly, but on a deeper level.
Okay, so we've got the framework down.
Yeah.
Understand the problem.
Break it down,
Collaborate.
adapt, and iterate.
Perfect. But then he throws in some of those other tough questions.
Oh, you mean the ones that make you squirm a little?
Like, why do you want to leave your current position?
Ooh, yeah, that one's always tricky.
You want to be honest, but not negative.
Right. He says the key is to focus on what you're looking to gain.
Not what you're running away from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe you're craving more opportunities for growth,
Or a company culture that's a better fit.
or you want to work on more cutting-edge projects.
It's all about framing it positively.
And showing how this move aligns with your career goals.
And I like that.
And
And then there's that dreaded question.
what makes you the standout candidate?
Oh, I hate that one.
I know, right? How do you answer that without sounding arrogant?
Exactly. Everyone thinks they're a standout candidate.
Well, he says it's not about bragging.
Yeah.
It's about identifying your unique value proposition.
What you bring to the table.
Think about your top 3 skills or experiences that set you apart.
The things that make you you.
Maybe it's your deep understanding of a specific market that's relevant to Uber,
Okay.
or your proven track record of leading successful projects.
Or your amazing communication skills.
Exactly. And remember, you can connect this back to Uber's mission and values.
Ah, that's smart.
So if they're all about innovation, you could talk about your passion for staying ahead of the curve.
And your ability to come up with creative solutions.
You're painting a picture of how you fit into their puzzle.
I love that. So we've covered a lot here.
We have.
Nailing that first impression.
Showing genuine interest in Uber and tackling those tough behavioral questions.
I'm feeling much more prepared already.
Me too. But there's even more to unpack.
Oh, there is.
We've only just scratched the surface.
Well, then let's take a quick break and come back for part 2 of our deep dive,
I'm ready.
where we'll explore even more insider tips and strategies to help you ace that Uber interview.
Can't wait.
Okay, so we're back and ready to dive even deeper into these Uber interview tips.
We left off talking about those tricky behavioral questions.
The ones that really test you.
Exactly. And there are a few more that are expert highlights that we should definitely cover.
All right, let's hear them.
Well, one that's particularly interesting is, what do you know about Uber?
Okay, that seems pretty straightforward.
You'd think so, right? But it's actually a chance to really showcase your research.
Ah, so it's not just about knowing when they were founded.
No, it's about showing a deep understanding of their business, their goals, their challenges.
So, like, what kind of details are we talking about?
He actually gave a really detailed example answer.
Oh, I love that.
It covered Uber's history, of course.
Okay, got to know the basics.
But then it went into their various services.
Right, not just ride-sharing anymore.
Exactly. They have Uber Eats, Uber Freight, even things like electric bikes and scooters.
The whole ecosystem.
It is. And the candidate in the example even talked about Uber's global reach.
Oh, wow. Showing that they're thinking big picture.
Exactly. And they even touched on Uber's commitment to sustainability.
Oh, that's a big one these days.
Huge. And it all came together to paint this really impressive picture of knowledge.
Like this candidate had really done their homework.
Yeah, it wasn't just surface level. It was clear they'd gone deep.
So it's about connecting the dots, showing you understand Uber's past, present, and future.
Exactly. And it makes such a strong impression on the interviewer.
Like this person is serious about Uber.
They're not just applying for any job, they want this one.
It shows initiative.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about showcasing your Uber knowledge.
But there's another question he brings up that's really interesting.
Like, what is it?
How do you stay informed about the latest advancements in your field?
Oh, that's a good one. Especially in tech where things are constantly evolving.
Exactly. You need to show that you're a lifelong learner.
Someone who's always staying ahead of the curve.
Right. So how would you answer that?
Well, I'd probably talk about, following industry blogs,
Okay.
attending conferences, maybe taking online courses.
Perfect. Those are all great examples.
It's about showing that you're proactive about your professional development.
And that you're genuinely interested in staying up to date.
Not just for the sake of the interview, but because it's part of who you are.
Exactly. You're curious. You're driven. You want to learn and grow.
And in a fast-paced environment like Uber, That's essential.
Absolutely. They want people who are adaptable and eager to embrace new challenges.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from showcasing your Uber knowledge to demonstrating your commitment to lifelong learning,
But remember, it all comes back to that core idea of preparation.
being ready to impress them with your knowledge and your enthusiasm.
Exactly. And in the final part of our deep dive, we'll bring all these insights together.
To create a clear roadmap for acing that Uber interview.
So stay tuned. We've got even more tips and strategies to share.
All right, so we've spent this whole deep dive dissecting those Uber interview questions.
Like surgeons.
But before we wrap things up, let's take a step back
Okay.
and really crystallize those key takeaways.
Yeah, it's easy to get lost in the details with all these tips and strategies.
Right, so what's the big picture? What's the one thing you want our listener to walk away with?
Preparation. Hands down.
And not just like memorizing answers.
No. It's about understanding Uber as a company.
Their mission, their values.
Exactly. What they stand for. You have to show them you're not just there for a paycheck.
You're there for Uber.
You get it. It's like we were saying earlier.
It's not just about finding a ride. It's about choosing Uber.
Because it aligns with your values.
Your needs.
Exactly. And that leads to the second takeaway.
Which is?
Authenticity. Don't just give them generic answers.
You have to let your passion shine through.
Your genuine enthusiasm for Uber and the role you're after.
So it's okay to like geek out a little.
Absolutely. Show them you're excited about the prospect of working there.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's not just what you say.
It's how you say it.
Bright confidence.
Confidence, even if you're nervous project that I belong here, energy.
Fake it till you make it.
Kinda, but with genuine enthusiasm behind it.
Okay, confidence plus enthusiasm. I like it.
Winning combo. Now, the third takeaway that really stood out to me is the power of storytelling.
Oh, yeah. Those behavioral questions can be tough.
They can, but if you think of them as opportunities to share your
To
experiences.
show who you are, how you think.
Exactly. It becomes less about right or wrong answers,
And more about showcasing your approach.
your problem-solving skills,
Yeah.
your leadership style.
Use those specific examples.
They're memorable, they're relatable.
They help the interviewer connect with you on a human level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't forget those soft skills.
Oh, right. Teamwork, communication, adaptability.
All crucial in Uber's fast-paced environment.
They want to see that you can collaborate and navigate challenges.
That you're a team player.
Okay, so we've got preparation, authenticity, storytelling.
And those all-important soft skills.
Anything else we should keep in mind as we get ready for that interview?
One final thought. Remember, it's a two-way street.
Well, that's a good point. We can get so caught up in impressing them.
We forget to ask ourselves if we actually want to work there.
Right. Is this the right fit for me?
Exactly. So come prepared with your own questions.
Engage in the conversation.
And use this as a chance to really get a feel for Uber's culture.
It's like taking a car for a test drive.
Perfect analogy.
Okay.
So to our listener, as you gear up for your Uber interview, remember this.
Preparation, authenticity, storytelling, soft skills.
And don't forget to assess the fit for yourself.
Walk in with confidence. Share your unique perspective.
And believe in yourself.
You've got this. And that wraps up our deep dive into Uber interview tips.
We hope you found it helpful.
Inspiring even. We're here to cheer you on every step of the way.
So best of luck in your interview.
You're going to crush it.
Yeah.